Good evening, ladies and gents. So I'm back with another Conquerors Blade video, and this time around I'm going to be talking about the nerf that the Glaive has had in the most recent patch of Season 9 and how much actually it has negatively affected the class. Before we get into the video though, hit that subscribe button if you want to be kept up to date with the latest and greatest of Conquerors Blade. So the Glaive has been my main weapon throughout the entirety of Conquerors Blade. I have got 2,000 plus matches with it. I have been playing it 2.5 years in total as well. I have played other classes, but I've always gone back to Glaive. Glaive is that weapon, when built right, is that real burst weapon, heavy damage weapon, and when played properly and when played actually how the class is designed, you should be able to pump out a lot of damage very quickly using your rotation of skills against no matter what kind of armor class hero there is. Before the patch in Season 9, this class absolutely dished out some massive amounts of damage, and it was a real force to be reckoned with. However, it was a very balanced class, because actually if you got caught out, if you got cornered, you were fairly squishy even when you're wearing heavy armor, which I always actually vied against. I always said play in medium armor because that increases your damage output, which is again how the class is meant to be played. So it was a very well balanced class. There was nothing OP about it. There was nothing that actually made people think that if a Glaive was coming for you, you were definitely 10 out of 10 going to die to it, because actually if that Glaive didn't know how to use his rotation of skills properly, didn't actually think about what he was doing or she was doing, and they would just go and head on into the fray, often they would actually die because they were fairly squishy kind of glass cannon kind of heroes. However, Season 9 brought about a change to the class. It brought about a change to all classes that use blunt damage, and it has reduced dramatically the blunt damage output of all classes. Now for spear and for musket and other kinds of things like that, that's actually fine because it's only like one skill and usually it's not one of their main skills. However, with the Glaive has been dramatically nerfed to the point now where the class is actually, I would say, pretty unviable against other classes, because the blunt damage nerf that has happened has actually hit the Glaive, two skills of the Glaive, sorry, and both of those skills are the biggest skills that the Glaive uses. This is the Shield Breaker and this is the Flying Reaper Ultimate. Both of those skills were by far the biggest, the best, and the most needed in a Glaive build. However, now they have been totally taken away. They just really are not fit for purpose anymore, and the recent change has totally nerfed to the Glaive now to the point of oblivion, I would say personally. I think people are still playing the Glaive to see actually how much this nerf has hit them, or if they're people like me and they're just too reluctant to actually change classes, although to be honest I am very quickly getting to the point now where I'm thinking I'm gonna have to change a weapon class just to remain viable in matches, because actually Glaive is no longer cutting it. Even against light armor classes, I am struggling like hell to kill them, and that is not how the Glaive should be. I should be able to go toe to toe with definitely a light / medium armor class, and 9 times out of 10 come out on top through skill and through positioning. Now I'm lucky to come out twice out of 10 really with that kill. The nerf that has happened to the Glaive has been the biggest nerf to the Glaive since the beginning of Conquerors Blade, and I don't think they've really thought about it properly, because it has destroyed the class. Now yes, we still do have our attack buff bonus, we still have our 2 to 3 second CC ability when it actually works, and that is another issue, is half the skills aren't even working at the minute. So the CC one, if you only hit them with one part of it, people aren't CC'd. If you actually manage to hit them with both parts of it, every class it seems now has a CC break ability, so they can get out of it straight away. The Flying Reaper, I am still using it. The damage output has been dramatically reduced, and it is still suffering the same issues that it has had the whole time through Conquerors Blade, where if someone even farts on you when you are using it. It has totally knocked it out, and then you got to wait a minute to be able to use it again, which is ridiculous, I think, personally. It is unfortunately, and I really hate to say this because this is my biggest and my kind of class to date of literally, I was all about the Glaive, and I've put out multiple Glaive guide videos. I've always spoken about the Glaive on stream. People that have watched me stream as well, you will know my love for the Glaive, and I am at now a point of saying, if you are looking or if you are thinking about playing Glaive, don't even bother. It is a waste of time in its current state. You are going to be far better off going off and playing things like the maul, things like the spear, the pike, even kind of, it really dirties me to say it, but even the Nodachi, I would say, actually has a step up on the Glaive now with its lifesteal and stuff, which a couple of seasons ago, Nodachi was the kind of laughing stock of weapon classes. I think that has very quickly turned to the Glaive now. I just cannot see the Glaive being viable in territory war and sieges, in field battles, even in death matches. To be honest, I can't see it unless they buff the blunt damage back up for the Glaive dramatically. It is not worth playing, unfortunately. In the deathmatch and stuff footage that you've just been watching, I did score a couple of kills, but it was more out of luck rather than just brute force, which is what I used to use with the Glaive and always came out on top. Yeah, some people may argue you need to be a bit more skillful with it now, you need to be a bit more clever with it now, which, yeah, okay, I do agree in a certain aspect, but actually Glaive is, or should be, all about that very big burst damage rotation of skills, and then once your skills are out, you need to go away and come back after a couple of seconds once all your skills are kind of cooled down. Now, literally it's pointless because the skills don't do fucking damage anyway, and our slashing, so our main attack, it has always been absolutely pointless. It is still remaining pointless. With this nerf, we have had no buff or no kind of balance at all for the Glaive. We have just been nerfed into the floor, unfortunately, and it is a real big shame. And unfortunately, I don't see many people talking about this either, because there was never that many Glaive users anyway, which kind of shows you how balanced the weapon class is or was, because if not a lot of people are playing it, you just see the odd 2 or 3 every match. That means that weapon is pretty balanced in terms of everything else, because people are always going to be looking for the meta. They're always going to be looking for the strongest thing, and if they know that actually the Glaive is fairly strong but there's stronger stuff out there, why would you go for the Glaive? Why would you not go for the stronger stuff? So it just goes to show that actually before Season 9, the Glaive was the most balanced weapon class in the game. It had no nerfs, no buffs for the entirety of Conquerors Blade, and now we have just been absolutely nerfed into the floor, and there is no sign of really picking up the weapon class and playing it, because it is just not that great in comparison to some other weapon classes right now, which is real shame. So we need to really stress to the developers, we need our Glaive back. Glyn needs his Glaive back. He's very sad about the fact that the Glaive has been nerfed and we haven't been given anything in response to it. Let me know your thoughts down below though. Do you agree with this? Are you a Glaive user? Have you found your weapon output or your damage output has dramatically reduced like I have? Have you noticed a big difference in your games? Have you even switched from the Glaive now and gone over to something else? Because I'm very quickly approaching that point myself. Let me know your thoughts and everything down below though, and let me know your thoughts also about how they can fix the Glaive. Should they just rebuff up the blunt damage for the Glaive, or should they give us some other skills which actually encompass some other maybe CC or animation kind of stun lock type stuff? Let me know your thoughts down below. Hit that like button, as always, hit that sub button if you haven't already, and as always I hope to catch you out on the battlefield.